In this short video, we will look at exporting our results in TBM into our sister software, the staking machine. TSM is available for Windows desktop as well as a browser-based web app. TSM is a cutting-edge, bet tracking, staking plan and system analysis tool. In TBM, we can do some limited analysis with our bet results. We can change staking plan and look at our results. But to get the big picture and optimize our staking, we can use TSM. We can export our bet results from the main view series screen of each individual system. You can export as an Excel, CSV, or TSM file. Save as a TSM file for this example. Then load this file into TSM. When we export our bet data from TBM as a TSM file, both the date, time and race details are included. This will automatically show a spare 1 and spare 2 columns in TSM. Now we have loaded our TSM file into TSM, we can see the quick stats straight away. This dataset consists of 376 bets with a strike rate of almost 55%. Most importantly, it has an edge of nearly 14%. This means at level stakes this selection system makes a profit. Let's show the optional spare 1 and spare 2 columns. We can see our date, time and race details data. We will look at this in more detail later. On the left-hand side, we can see all the staking plans in TSM. Every staking plan in TBM is available in TSM. Each staking plan can be edited so that the start bank, percentage to bet as well as staking plan specific variables can be changed. An analysis overview of every staking plan with the current settings can be found on the analysis screen. Check the return on investment for each staking plan. Use the Monte Carlo simulations to gauge an idea of risk for each staking plan. Monte Carlo simulation involves shuffling the data and recording the results for each shuffle. We can then see how often the results would have bankrupted you. We can also view the results in graph form by way of a frequency distribution graph. We can also view the results in a straightforward cumulative total graph. Using this feature, we can compare similar staking plans and have a clear visual view of the difference. Next up is sequence stats, which looks at our winning and losing sequence statistics in more detail. Then we have odds frequency. The next option is edge by odds range. This is very useful as it potentially allows us to filter out odds ranges that are not showing any profit. The last graph in this section is the cumulative drawdown graph. This is very useful for highlighting how the staking plan handles our losing runs. Now to reports and filters in TSM. First option in the drop-down is odds. We can see a breakdown of different odds ranges and their respective £1 profit and return on investment. The next option in the drop-down is course. Remember when we opened the TSM file earlier, we had the race debts in the spare 2 column. This means we can filter on race course by selecting spare 2 on the report screen. We can do the same for race type, as that data was also included in the spare 2 column. Next up is distance. Once again, this data is in the spare 2 column. Another useful option we can do is filter by date. The date of each bet is included in the spare 1 column. All we have to do is select the correct format in TSM. The settings for each staking plan in TSM can be edited. The results are updated after any changes. Let's now hide the spare 1 and spare 2 column. When we export the bet data from TBM when the level staking plan was selected, a special code is added to signify a new day. In TSM, we use the last bet code. This tells TSM to recalculate the stakes for next day. Note how the stakes are adjusted accordingly when we use this option. A new day flag is also shown to signify a new betting day. As you can see, putting your bet results through TSM could be just what you need to turn an average selection system into a profitable selection system. Thank you for watching.